working in Sri Pashna Jini Vidyalaya, work in Rajasthan. So I'm so happy to take these sections today. This is a very relevant topics, I think so. So the importance of comprehensive education in secondary school and addressing teachers' bias in classroom. As a teacher, we guide the students, we facilitate the students, we support the students, and we guide students not only academically but also socially and emotionally. Whenever the students need any, when they are in confusion or in doubt, it is our duty, our responsibility to guide them in that right direction. Why this topic is matters? Secondary school students are in adolescence. So you know that adolescence is the age between 12 to 19 or 20. So these age groups is generally known as teenagers. During this age, they may experience physical, emotional, and psychological changes. They are exposed to the misinformation through people and social media. So, in this age, we should give, as a teacher, we should guide, we give a right information. And adolescence is a critical stage where the correct information can protect, empower, and guide in mind. What is not sex education? A large population all over the world misunderstood about sex education. Sex education is not teaching students how to engage in sexual activity. It is not all about destroying culture or family values. It does not replacing any parents. It does not promote any immoralities. It does not give explicit or inappropriate content. And providing the correct information does not increase risky behavior. Actually, it reduces it. So, what is sex education? Sex education is a structured and age-appropriate program that provides adequate information regarding a numerous topics. It's a vast topic. Under these topics, we are discussing a numerous things. And first of all, human anatomy and reproductive system. Sex education helps us understand human anatomy, internal structure of our body, our different organs, how it is functioning, what's the importance of each organ, and reproductive system. As you know, there are two types of reproductive system, male and female reproductive system. How can we maintain the health of our reproductive system? So sex educations will teach that. Then puberty and body changes. Puberty is the age when an individual is capable of reproduction and the body changes. During this age, their body, they undergoes many changes in their body and they may be confused, they have doubt, they have several questions and system will clarify these doubts. We all know that we are emotional beings. We are in different emotions. So, sex educations will help us to understand our information. Sometimes we are mixed emotions, sometimes we are overwhelmed with emotion. So, sex educations will help us to deal with these type of emotional developments, help in development. So, we are a social animal. It is we are engaged in making relations with our parents, friends, teachers, neighbors. And sex education help us to develop a healthy and respectful relationships, concern and personal boundaries. We should not, consent means we should not touch or bother anyone without their permissions. And also, we also not be abused by anyone or be touched by anyone without our permissions. we should create a personal boundary. Sex education will help us to create a personal boundaries and make us aware about our consent. Prevention of sexually transmitted diseases. There are several sexually transmitted diseases such as HIV, AIDS, syphilis, gonorrhea, and sex education help us understanding different types of sexual transmitted diseases and how can we prevent them. Prevention of sexual abuses. In this era, our children are not safe even now. So sex education enable prevent prevention of sexual abuses and responsible decision making. As an individual, anyhow we will take decision, isn't it? But the sex education help us to take responsible decision at the right time, at the right direction. So organization like UNESCO and World Health Organization support comprehensive and sexuality education for adolescents as a part of health education. So sex education is all about educations. We are learning physics, chemistry, science, different subject, languages. So sex education is just like that, nothing more than that or nothing less than that. It is all about education, health, safety, and values. It does not encourage any early sexual activities. Then, what is the importance of sex education in secondary school? So, we are students of adolescent. They are often learned from the social media, internet, friends, and peers, and they will misguide. They will get misinformations regarding their doubts. During the age of adolescence, they will develop numerous doubts. So they will believe myth when if we are not giving right information. So that's one of the importance of sex education. It will prevent information. As a teacher, it is our duty and responsibility to guide our students, give the right information, promote physical health, awareness about STDs. So sex education will teach importance of our reproductive health, physical health, importance of yoga, meditations, our anatomy, our body functions. If one get the sex education, proper sex education, the students will aware of their health and awareness about STDs, sexually transmitted diseases. Nowadays, the sexually transmitted diseases is surprisingly increasing. So it can be reduced by giving a proper awareness among the young mind, understanding menstrual health. So adolescents may experience various difficulties during the menstrual cycle. Their emotional imbalance, physical problems, and sex education will help in understanding menstrual health. During the age of adolescence, the students or the adolescent may undergo numerous body changes. Their voice become boys develops high pitched voice, girls develops low pitched voice. Their voice body hairs become then their breast the girls their breasts become wider. The region below the waist become wider. In boys, their body become wider. And the caution what is happened to their body. Then this sex education helps in understanding one's body changes, protect abuse. As you know that the sex education teach about their consent. If they are abusing If that child does not get the sex education, and they will continue with that state of being abused. But if provide a proper sex education which protect a child from abuses, teaches about the concept of consent, help students identify inappropriate behavior. If anyone abuse them or behave inappropriately, and they easily catch them. They can easily understand that behavior is healthy or inappropriate if they are educated thoroughly. So, sex education will help students correct behavior and encourage reporting this abuse. If one is abused, and they definitely report the concerned, either their parents or the teachers. Support emotional well-being. During the age of adolescence, their emotions are unstable and they need to understand their emotions. Sex education enables them to understand their emotions and it supports emotional well-being. Reduces shames or confusions. It is all about gender dysphoria. Do you know about gender dysphoria? Some are born in the male body, but they think that they are female. Or some are born in the female body, but they think that they are male. But it, it is just a normal thing. If they get sex education, then it reduces shame or confusion and promote healthy relationships. So, as I said, we are a social animal. We are creating good relationships with our parents, teachers, elders, and with our partners. So, sex education promote healthy relationships. How can we build a healthy, good relation with others? Build self-confidence. It teaches us what is ourself, what we need, how can we uplift our skills. So it enables us to build self-confidence, reduces risky behavior. If we know about the problems or the consequence, we will do that. But sex education will teach what is the consequence for this things. So it will reduces the risky behavior. And researchers globally show that the proper education delays early sexual activity and promote responsible decision making. But we think that if we giving the education regarding that, the students will engage in sexual activity, but it's not at all like that. If you are giving right education, it may delay sexual activities instead of increasing, and it's also promote responsible decision making. Then, what's a teacher in sex education? So, as a teacher, we are educators, we are scaffolder, we are facilitator, we motivate the students. As an educator, we can provide scientific and accurate information. We are the role model of the students. The students will observe our attitude, our tone, and respect. They respect our words. If we are giving the right information, and they will respect us, and they will value our words. So, as a teacher, we can build a set. We can create a set. The students may approach us for asking their doubt or concern. And during that times, we can facilitate a discussion, encourage a respectful conversation, and maintain dignity in the classroom. And by this, we can give a right information. We can channelize their thought and emotion in the right path, in the right direction. Students, they are adolescents, they are always in dilemma. So it is our responsibility and duty to guide, scaffold, and facilitate them in a proper way. So we topics typically calmly and professionally. As a teacher, we can teach the students about a particular topic scientifically, calmly, and professionally. For example, if that student asks the same doubt to their peers, so that peer groups or their neighbors or the social medias, they are not trained persons to give the right information. They are not certified persons. They are not they are not knowledgeable persons to give this information. So as teachers, we are the right person to give guidance. So teachers bias in sex education. Then what's the teacher bias? So our belief, our discomfort, or our cultural conditioning, or the moral judgment that influences our teaching. So that is not as bias. For example, avoiding certain topics. For example, I am going to teach about reproductive system. Then I think that this topic is not good. I believe that it's not good for this. Then I will avoid. Actually, most of the teachers are doing the same. They're avoiding certain topics because teachers are biased. Or question. If one student asks one questions and we are judging the students' questions, if we consider that it's insult for us, but actually the student never meant that. They're giving incomplete information. Sometimes we know the correct informations, we know about the topics, but because of the bias, we have some hesitation to give the information, right? So incomplete information. So next is how bias affect the student's life. If one student asked a doubt and we question, we judge that questions and we are not giving that appropriate answer, we are or giving the incomplete information, and the student feel that ashamed, and they think they are ashamed, and also they stop asking questions. They will never ask any question at all. And they get informations mainly from the social medias or the peers, and they already has some misinformation, and if they are not giving correct information, the misinformations will continue. Student asked one question, they are trusted us, that's why they're asking questions. If we are not giving the appropriate answer and the trust is reduced, so we should give an appropriate response. How teachers can overcome bias? Self awareness. We should know ourselves. It reflects on personal belief. Separate our personal values from the curriculum. We have professional responsibilities and continuous learning, attend numerous workshops and training, upskill and update to be updated, use scientific language, avoid local language or judgmental, maintain confidentiality, respect. If one student asked a personal doubt, never disclose this doubt to anyone because they are also individual. So we should maintain the confidentiality of the child and respect them. Thank you. Thank you, one and all.
Hello, sir.
Okay, ma'am.
Did you stop sharing the screen, sir?
Yes, over, ma'am.
Did you stop sharing the screen, sir? Are
So
you
if
done?
you have anyone having doubts, you can ask regarding this topic.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There were two participants, but I think they have left now. And can you hear me, sir?
Okay. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, I can hear you.
You can hear me, right? So let me ask you some questions, sir. I have some questions to ask you. So what specific training should teachers receive for sex education delivery, sir? Can you hear me?
Okay, ma'am. In the CBSE, every year a teacher must be trained 15 hours. So CBSE offers many training, the online or offline, so we can attend that training to get upskilled and updated our knowledge.
Okay. So what age is most appropriate to start comprehensive sex education? Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, now I can hear.
Yeah. So I repeat the question. What age is most
Yeah, I can hear.
appropriate? Yeah. What age is most appropriate to start comprehensive sex education, sir?
Okay, ma'am. Actually, sex education is age appropriate. Even we can start from the first standard. But what we teach in the first standard, we can teach them what's good touch, what's bad touch. It's also part of sex education, and we can it's age approach. We can give sex education to the children or adolescents and even the adult. But it should be age appropriate. We will give informations according to their age.
Okay. So what resources do you recommend for teacher preparation, sir?
Researchers. There are several journals, WHO, you can search WHO, see several research, and there are several online platforms. The certified trainers are there to get the adequate knowledge from it.
Sir,
Though there are several recognized universities.
your network is, I think it's lagging. So what role should parents play in sex education, sir? How should they make the child aware of it?
Parents also play a crucial role in the sex education. So the home is the primary school, right? So first, home is our first school. So our teaching start from our home. So parents can give a guidance how much knowledge they have, and also we should monitor the students, which means the child. You know, surprisingly, the students are abused by the intimate person of that family. So parents are leaving those people, but it happens. So parents closely watch, observe them, and the parents should give a good platform, which means a good space to talk any topics. Give them a free space. If you are respecting them, then definitely they will reflect in their personality. The parents will question what's happened in the day, what happened in the school, to whom you talking with, who is your best friend, who else you talking with, what your teacher taught in the classroom. So these type of questions a parents should ask and understand their child. And by understanding that, the students, which mean their child, uh, get attached to their parents, and there is a good connection, create a good connection, and what we say, parents can easily monitor. The parents play a crucial role in maintaining the safety of a child.
Okay. So what specific examples of teacher bias have you encountered, sir?
Okay, you mainly I am science teacher. And in my partner teacher always keep in the eighth standard, there is a chapter, reproduction in animals. In this chapter, we are teaching male sex organs, female sex organs, menstrual cycle, and but many of teachers were skipping this topic because of their bias. And also, if they asked a doubt, then they will judging that question and they scold that student. Never ask these type of question. They will the teacher will personally share me, sir, that student asked this type of question. How can I answer? But actually, during the age of adolescence, it's normal. They are curious to know. They have, they will create, they naturally they will have form this type of doubt, and to whom they will ask. If we are not giving the information, correct information, definitely they will go for the social media or peer. So that's if their student asking a doubt, the teachers are not giving the appropriate answer, or they are skipping some topic or judging students' question or behavior. This I personally faced.
Okay. So, how should teachers respond when students share abuse experiences?
Okay, if one student is abused by someone, if he shared to a teacher, then how teacher should respond, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So first of all, calmly listen to that child. And is that abuse done by the intimate person of that family or not? And first of all, inform to the principal, parent, that is the we should info first of all listen that student, and we will counsel that students. As a teacher, we will take a role of counselor. We will take some counseling, and we should inform the concerned person like principals or parents.
Okay. So, what assessment methods work best for sex education?
We can give best assessment method is that we questioning, which means we can give some questionnaire. That's the best assessment method. So where they can answer well. If you are asking direct question, oral questions or other things, now they have some hesitation to speak or share. But if you are giving the questionnaire, then they will definitely ask. And we can also mention, do not tell your name, do not write your name and anything. So they will definitely share their thought. Honest, they will give honest reply. Questionnaire is the best method.
So, as a science teacher, in your view, uh, what collaboration is needed between science and counseling departments, sir?
Yes, actually I'm also a counselor. Did my diploma in counseling psychology, so I can easily correlate science with the counseling. And these all are, all the subjects are intrinsically interrelated. And science teacher, we will discuss about the real life experience. So we will sometimes they will share these bad experience or abuse faced by someone. So we can take the students to counselor rather than other subject. We are keep in touch with the real life examples. So they will share many stories that's happening in their life. So there is a collaboration. We can collaborate.
Okay. So, last question, sir. What policy changes would best support comprehensive sex education implementation?
What policy the government should take good decisions to integrate sex educations, age appropriate sex educations in our curriculum. And but we don't have such curriculum yet. And the government should take take a responsible decision regarding this. The CBSE also not mentioning or anything the importance of sex education, but I suggest or the recommend our government to take necessary actions to this. They will integrate sex education with our curriculum.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for the talk and for sharing your knowledge on our platform. Anything else you
Okay,
want to
thank you.
mention, sir, before I end the session?
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am, for giving this an opportunity to talk my insight. And with the limited time, I just given a surface knowledge due to the time limitations. So thank you
Yes.
so much.
Thank you so
Yes,
much,
thank you so
sir.
much.
Have a great day. I'll end the meeting now.